Guys, welcome back to the channel for another not too shabby project. I thought since for the first video of the month I highlighted the tropical Christmas pad, I thought we would highlight the sweet winter pad this time around, and I thought we would make a fun little centerpiece for the holidays. So let me walk you through what I cut and we can go from there. So I did cut out the ephemera from the pad. I was really impressed with how well this skin cut out. So there's a lot of really cool pieces here if we decide we need ephemera. I don't know if I will, but what we're going to make is a star card. So I cut 6 pieces of shimmer cardstock, and this is 6 inches by 4 1/4. And then it's scored every 1 3/8 inch, leaving a ½ inch glue tab. So this is 1 3/8, 2 3/4, 4 1/2, sorry, 4 1/8, and 5 1/2. And then I also cut out at 4 1/4, oops, 4 1/4 by 1 3/8 inch, a number of pieces of the pattern paper, and I don't have those lined up correctly. I'll have to figure out how these actually line up. But basically, what we're going to do is apply 2 pieces of pattern paper to the middle 2 sections here, and then we're going to fold this up and make a box out of it. So let me show you how to do that, and then I will jump to having these all done because we are going to do a number of them. Basically, these are all mountain folds, so you can just fold it like this. Um, I didn't find that I needed to burnish it a lot, but it's up to you. And then I'm going to just miter the corners here since this is a glue tab. And there we go with that. And then this is how the box goes together. You're going to apply glue to this surface, and then this is going to be completely square or diamond shaped really, because at the point in the star, it's going to look more like this. So let us figure out how these pattern pieces go together. I cut these all out of a single, well, I should say, each set of 4 I cut out of a single piece of pattern paper. And now I'm just sort of seeing how these go back together. And they may not. Oh, I see. So this one goes on this side, and then this one goes here. So I'm going to split these and grab 2 pieces that go together. That's not really required. You can do whatever you want with this in terms of sort of, I don't know, kind of the look and feel of the card. And I thought this would be a good way to use some of these more vibrant patterns, which I always find myself a little more challenged to use generally, regardless of who makes the paper, just because I always kind of like slightly more subtle things, I guess. Because like I feel like a more subtle print you can pretty much use anywhere, but these are really going to be the star of the show. So I'm just going to put that down and burnish it, and you can also lift it up. Like here we see I'm a little over the line, so let me just pick that up here quick. Oops, and I'll put a little more glue down. I am using a PVA glue just because I feel like it gives you a little more working time. So typically what I'll do is I'll just put an edge down and then sort of get this lined up. Depending on what you want to do with this is potentially a mailable card, but I'm going to treat it more like a piece of decor, really. But once this is fully assembled, it will uh, flatten out. And you just want to make sure that these are lined up. You don't even have to use matching pattern paper, of course. Like, it's really up to what you like. So this is sort of the one of the segments together. And the nice thing about this is because of how you attach this, it is a good use of all of your directional pattern paper, which again can sometimes be a challenge. So think this is pretty fun just because of um, how easy it is to use a bunch of different patterns. And if you had a paper pad that had more of a, I guess what I would kind of call like a larger, like a focal point kind of. And here you see I kind of messed this up, so I'm going to pull it apart. You have to be a little careful with it. Like, see, I lifted up a little bit of the cardstock here, but being a little careful of this phase will make the whole final card go together a lot more easily. So what I like to do is make sure if you kind of uh, put the edge down, you can more easily align this. And then in the final card, these two panels will get glued to other things, so I wouldn't worry too much about them. I just like to make sure that this piece here is fully together. If you have a piece that lifts up like this, you can just come in with your glue and just do a little extra and brush it down, and it will be just fine. So let me jump to where the other five of these are assembled, and we will take a look at how the whole card goes together. So now I've created six of these, and then I've glued them down and allowed them to dry. So you have basically two sides with pattern paper and two sides without, and it's a box here. And then what you're going to want to do is take two of these and glue this side together, and keep doing that, and you're going to eventually wind up with almost a star. So this is how this is all going to go together, and this is why this is called a star card. Then you can see sort of how it looks on the outside. But for this last one, you definitely want to put glue on both sides and then put it in and glue it together. So I am just going to do that, and then we're pretty much good to go. But I do want to give you a few options in terms of decorating, depending on what you're what you really want to do and kind of how you want to use this. So I'm gonna do got glue on both sides. I'm gonna make sure that I am facing the correct way since these are pretty directional pieces of pattern paper. And then we just glue it down. And as you can see, this does take a minute to set. Um, I used sort of shimmer cardstock, which is going to take a little bit longer to glue than if you use just sort of the normal uncoated kind. So this is basically our finished project. And as I mentioned, this can fold down if you want to ship it, but I'm planning to just use this mostly as a decor piece, so I probably am not going to ship it. So if you did want to decorate this further, I feel like I don't really have to just because this pattern paper is so fabulous. But what you can do is take a piece of paper that's 1 inch by 3 inches and then just score it half an inch and 1 inch on each side. Then you just fold it into a little frog, essentially. And what you can do with this is you could glue this on any of the seams, or you can glue this to a point and it gives you a flat surface that you could then go and mount ephemera. So what I could do is grab, say, this large mug and then mount it and then glue it on, and that would sort of pop it out. I can so but I think this is pretty much done from my perspective. I think this is going to be a great, just sort of fun decor piece at the holidays. And I just love all these fun pattern papers. But anyway, thanks for checking this out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And I hope you have a excellent rest of your day.